Cascades region began as this sort of legacy move where a couple former students of Forest Institute, students I knew and thought highly of, Dave Bauman and Bridget Beachy, they were now out on the West Coast and knew what the consortium had done because they'd seen it firsthand. They weren't graduates with the consortium, but they knew what the consortium was capable of.
One of the things I love most about partnering with the National Psychology Training Consortium is their focus on providing care within rural and underserved communities. In the Cascades region, we do both. That we have some clinics that are in actual rural areas, and then we also have all of our clinics that are made up of community health centers that by purpose and by design and by effort are serving underserved populations. And these are groups of people that have been largely left out of the conversation of healthcare.
The vision in Cascades region from the very beginning was integrated primary care behavioral health. And so how do we grow psychologists in an integrated primary care behavioral health setting? And we've seen the amazing results since then. It continues to grow.
There are certainly many opportunities in integrated health and certainly within the field of psychology. And by working kind of as a group, we really want to make sure that future psychologists are equipped for whatever type of setting they might be in the future.
I think a lot of what we do at NPTC is forward thinking as far as making sure students are not just being trained for the present moment as far as what they need to be successful, both in their training but also in their careers, but what the next 5 or 10 years in healthcare, in the field of psychology, whatever it may be, that they're well prepared.
We've been at the forefront of this since kind of the inception of primary care behavioral health. Because of that, we have a lot of really long-standing and strong relationships with individuals who are at the forefront of this model of care.
I'm sure every training program, every internship program in the country thinks they have really great didactics. My mind says this is probably a little bit arrogant, but I really do think it's true. There is not a better place to receive didactic training than at NPTC amongst the 3 regions, and definitely at Cascade region. When we say we have the experts in the field that come out and do presentations with our trainees, we have the experts in the field that come out. Whether it be Kirk Strassel and Patty Robinson on focus acceptance commitment therapy, whether it be Jeff Ryder talking about primary care behavioral health, whether it be Robert Rosenbaum that's talking about single session therapy, literally the people that have wrote the books, that have done the heavy lifting, they're going to be spending a full day with our trainees in a very private, intimate setting to pass on that knowledge.
Supervision at NPTC is about the relationship between supervisor and student, and that goes beyond just the professional dynamics of being a student and a supervisor. We want to know our students. We want to know, what are their interests outside of the work that we're doing in this clinic, what are their goals, both personally and professionally. So from day one, it's about building this type of relationship, and it's a lifelong one.
All of my supervisory relationships have been very impactful in my learning and training, and they've always been super supportive. Even when there were challenges that came up, they were like right there next to me.
And there was really something so palpable about the sense of community among the faculty and the postdocs and the current interns that I got to meet when I was interviewing. It really just felt like this family. There was so much energy and so much compassion and so much mutual support, both among the current group of trainees and also among the faculty. And so there was just something about the energy and the vibe of the place that I was just really excited about and really wanted to be a part of.
NPTC really has the internship process really down to a science. I felt like what the organization was doing to make sure that we stayed on track with hours and made sure that we were meeting certain milestones made it so easy to stay within the APA guidelines.
In the executive training office here at NPTC, we really pride ourselves on trying to offer as much support as possible to the interns who come to the internship program, regardless of the region that they're in. We really try to make sure that they have that supportive environment, that we're there to help them through not only their internship year, but as they decide where they want to go after this year, whether that be with one of our sites or whether they land somewhere else with a postdoc, and we kind of help them walk through that paperwork of finding a postdoc or getting licensed somewhere else, and try to help them with those next steps, and try to make sure that they understand that our relationship with them doesn't end at the end of the internship, that we want to continue to be that supportive agent, kind of cheering them on throughout their careers into the future.
My internship with NPTC has 100% set me up to succeed in my future goals. Not just clinically, not just research-wise, but also in terms of my professional development. I feel like leaving internship, I have all the tools I need, and now going to postdoc, I'm just polishing those tools off to become the person and professional that I want to be.
My internship has 150% prepared me for my career. I would say that I walked out of internship just the other day on my last day, like, whew, right? Like I can breathe easy. This was a challenging year, but wow, did I develop some skills.
I can still remember my first time driving through the state of Washington and being amazed by the diversity that's there, particularly about the landscape. That you have farm working communities, you have mountains, you have like a rainforest in Seattle, you have cities, you have urban, you have rural, all these different places. That is what Cascades region is all about. Not only the diversity of living in a beautiful place like the states of Washington and Oregon, and living in the towns that you get to, whether it be Seattle, Salem, Yakima, Washington. It's about the diversity of opportunities that you get to have and the patients that you get to work with. Working in community health centers, working within primary care behavioral health, this idea how to reach people. That is what the Cascades region is all about. And the diversity that's here. I still, again, remember driving across the state, that was it. This moment of being like, I can't believe the opportunities that are alive and well within these areas.